Hello, all of you wonderful beings out there, and welcome to the stream. I am Razim, and this is Starlight New Duck, Scar, Chapter 3, Episode 16, A Heart of Industry. We shall begin, as we usually do, with introductions, beginning with Taldarius.
Hello.
Introductions.
Hello, I'm
Introductions.
Taldarius, and I will be the storyteller for Starlight New Dawn tonight, and I did not agree to any such rebranding. I will be playing the allies, I will be playing the enemies, and I will be playing everything in between. The only thing I won't be playing are wonderful player characters tonight. And my question for your... Come on, I'm in the middle of my intro. Bad. I will spritz you with water.
Ha! Joke's on you, we like water. We're ducks. Quack.
He's fire type. I will spritz him with water. Anyway, my question for my wonderful players tonight is, what shenaniganry do you think your missing troublemaker is getting up to? What kind of shenanigans do you think are happening in his unobserved state?
Well, go ahead, Quackos.
Hi, I'm Learnable, and I'm playing as Quackos the Growl Duck. And, actually, I don't know the context of this question.
Okay, so you guys got to a new town, got to, the center of it, and then, Shade has since disappeared for the majority of the day, and he is
Oh no.
unattended.
This is not good. I suspect Shade is perhaps doing a crime or two, as the Shade I know would be doing some shenanigans if left unattended.
It's only a crime if it's observed.
It's only a crime if the cops find out. Considering our two other absent people, next up is the Dart.
Oh, hello everyone. My name is Sid and I play Dart, the Steel Ground rockruff. I'm gonna be optimistic. I'm gonna say Shade's gone to therapy. I'm sure there's a lot of, trouble, turbulent thoughts and feelings up in their head, and they probably just, need to go get some help to go work it out.
I'm sure he's off getting therapy, totally.
I'd like to imagine he's getting therapy. How does it make you feel?
Quack.
Wank.
So anyways,
Hey.
I am Razim, and I am playing as Jet, the Quackruff, Ghost Electric type. As for him, he does not think that Shade is getting up to any shenaniganry yet. I think that Shade is currently gathering material for later shenanigans. Quack. Off to Sinduck.
I had to take very many deep breaths to not lose my mind. There's too much ducks.
Quack.
Hi, I am Colada the Jerboa. I play Sin, the steel normal type mawile variant. And I believe that Shade is probably plotting the downfall of someone, and not actively in the middle of doing the shenanigans. Just plotting, getting the right materials, and trying to locate the target for the shenanigans. No Mawduck. I see you there, Gimmond.
Ah, yes, clearly it is a duck isle.
I will make it look like an accident when Jet disappears.
Who's Jet?
And also, wait. I assume it's my turn as well, or unless this is almost. I don't know if we're missing. But yes. But yeah, I'm a mini wolf. I play as Vector, the water flying, which is actually very fitting. To Quack rough. I realize how this form is very fitting as well. And what Vector is thinking of, oh, you know what? I would assume Vector would assume that Shade is probably visiting a friend. Um, knowing how much and how much Shade does for the guild, and I wouldn't be surprised if Shade has someone who is from here and currently helping out.
Are we talking about the same shade here?
Yes.
The same shade that that you never quite got the story of what exactly he did to piss off the tailor in Aurum Grove.
I don't know. All right, either they're doing some sort of shenanigans, they're doing some sort of shenanigans.
You just said the same thing twice, but okay.
I don't know. I whatever.
Also, your duck talkie is inverted.
Yeah, no, yeah, I fixed it. Don't worry, I was aware.
Quack.
Alright.
Okay, so I do just gotta ask, what the hell is with the ducks? Because I have no context for any of this. I just show up and the vast majority of my players now have duck icons.
It's simple. They're all waiting to become dinner.
Look, I'm confused myself. I'm
Okay.
trying to understand the sequence of events that led to this.
So I have some
Wait.
fan art that will help explain it. Let me go ahead and find it here in the large amount of messages with Raijin. Ah, here we go. So first off, here is this. Blah, 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 blah. Where's that? There it is. Boop, boop. Boop. There. So part one of explanation.
This explains nothing.
Sure it does. It explains everything.
No, it explains nothing.
Okay, fine. Here, maybe part two will help explain it.
It's the we in the background of Vector.
Yes, that's Vector.
It still explains nothing.
This still explains nothing as to how this came about.
Okay, so Wednesday, game was canceled, so I decided to do dev work. I didn't have an artist available, so I picked up this little game called Placid Plastic Duck Simulator. And I figured, hey, I'll have this on the side while I'm doing dev work, and, it's something for the viewers to watch. Then Whiskers decided to tune into the stream and fell in love. And started with Squirrel, And then there was Era. And then next thing we know, we've got 20 people that are ducks. Quack. And since then, Whiskers has done more ducks. And yeah, we have many ducks.
It has many ducks at play.
This is all Jet's fault.
The funny thing is that the Dart one was done before the Jet one. So I think it started with Dart. I think Dart was patient zero.
This art proves it's Jet's fault.
Oh, okay, fair.
Prosecution rests case. Do not go directly to jail. Do not pass go. Do not collect $200.
Don't worry, Taldarius. You will be ducked at some point.
All right. I award you no points and may God have mercy on your soul. Do we have any takers for recap?
Well, actually, we do have some other fan art if you guys would like to see it first.
Sure.
Since we're doing fan art. I think there's only one other piece. Here we go. Bloop, and taking a moment to load. Whoosh.
Aww.
What the actual heck?
Oh my gosh.
Aww.
What the actual heck?
He's pretty.
This is fan art from Raijin that I really want to slap on t-shirts.
That is very good.
You know, that's a valid response.
It's very much t-shirt material
It
right
is.
there.
Do I have your guys' consent for that then? Because I am ready to hit the button and put it on right now. Okay, maybe later after game, but you know.
I take a small.
This is absolutely gorgeous art.
If I could get a shirt, then yes.
Oh yes, obviously you guys will get free shirts for it. But yes, I will post the full piece in the Starlight New Dawn chat there. Raijin went all out on this piece. Also, I suppose we can go ahead and switch back to our regular icons.
No.
That's freedom!
The curse has been lifted.
Except for Amos.
Well, looks like
Mm,
Sin still has dinner.
roasted
Oh
duck.
no.
So, the self-roasting duck.
Oh.
You always get a swear at me? Yes. What the actual fluff? What the actual fluff?
It's gorgeous art. Like, holy crap, it's beautiful.
I'm sorry. I'm not. I am trying to contain my.
Don't contain it!
Ah.
Let it out!
No.
To the moon!
You have an out of
Oh, you heard it here, folks. That piece now has a rating of A out of A.
plus, which goes to
I gave this 4 paws up.
All
Everyone make
right.
sure to get out of the way of the lawn dart on his way back down then.
All right. We can go ahead and move over to recap now. Any volunteers?
Okay. If no one wants to, I shall do the recap.
I've been told
So-
repeatedly that my recaps are too rambling, so I don't do them.
That's all. Yeah, I thought they were fine. But we shall do the recap. Last time on Starlight New Dawn, the group has finally reached to the merchant sector. We were essentially Vector was able to help scout out for some of the materials that Sin and Argus was actually looking for. And you may have to correct me on this. Sin. Sin was looking for jewelry materials and decided it was looking to buy large bulks, and Argus was looking actually to find a portable forge or anything that Argus can bring to forge stuff. Vector later wanted to walk around and explore the merchant, and also was looking for some goggles, and finally found a sturdy pair. Sin and Argus was able to find what they were looking for as well, and Jet was actually walking around and was able to find that the order of the 4 guests returning to the badge to them. Azareth was looking for some pastries and brought some sweets for the group. And Dart was also tagging along with Vector. Vector and Dart, we essentially we were walking around, got a few supplies, and I believe everyone just kind of met later up to the fountain. I feel like I may be missing a few details, but pretty much the gist of it. We got stuff. And also, but and again, returning the badge as well.
I do feel the need to point out, even though the instigator is not here, Azareth accidentally asked Jet out on a date.
Oh yes,
Yeah. We could have gone without remembering that part.
Oh no, I'm
That was
reminding you.
adorable.
But yes, I think that was it pretty much. And yeah, we are back at the fountain.
Enjoying pies.
Also,
Speaking of which, Amos, there is a pie for you. I believe, Dart, you started to say something?
I was gonna just mention, also, Shade is missing.
Shade is missing, yes.
We probably shouldn't gloss over that fact.
Well, no,
Yes.
but I also made it the literal question, so... Some of you have hope in him.
I believe in Shade.
Hashtag believe in Shade.
I believe.
I believe.
You can believe in him. You can believe that he's going to be up to some shenaniganry. But yes, all of you would be basically just hanging out and having a meal in the town square. Notably, in the town square, this is, like I've mentioned before, but just so that way you know, Amos is aware, that this is a completely put together, non-destroyed, bustling town. And you are seeing all manner of Pokemon going about their business, just some doing things like you, like, just coming to the town square to have a meal. It seems like there's a fair amount of, like, food and treats and things of that nature that are situated around the town square. And it does make it a popular gathering spot for eating.
Amos's face is already in the pie.
Yes, you got a fire type pie, which means that this pie is very spicy. And also, temperature-wise, is also very hot.
Good.
It is hot in both sense of the word. You kind of would get the feeling that if anyone else tried to eat this right now, they might actually just get burned.
Yeah, it is Amos's pie, and Amos will eat it, and no one else. And Amos will make sure of this, because it is Amos's pie.
Bro, you do have an entire pie to yourself. Oh, also, because basically everyone in the party got gifted a bit of it, you would have a gear that was made in front of the party that had, just some it was made in front of you by a Bastiodon using moves. It's a copy of the wheel that you, like, delivered here. And you also would have gotten a piece of rock kit. Like actual just rock kit.
Nice.
So those are things that you just have now.
Yippee. Well,
The gears are also candy.
No, they are not. You are not capable of eating it like half of the other party kind of can.
At least lick it like a lollipop.
Like,
You are not required to eat everything metal.
For science.
I mean, it's your gear. You can do what you want. I'm just letting you know you aren't required to do this.
Well, I'm not. I'm just I'm teasing.
I know. All right. But yeah, would any of you like to do anything in the middle of your meal, or are you just gonna be enjoying your pies?
oh, Amos's face is deeply within the pie, and I don't know. He may come up for air at some point.
Vector's like nomming on it and just be like, "Oh," he's like swallows a piece. Right. So we still have a few things that we have to go and check out, but oh, oh, sorry, that was a big piece. Didn't realize that. Oh, that's such a good pie. Um, but I do need to try to see if we can talk to the. Vector's like flipping through his notes. I believe it was the chair of finance on the merchant sector. I know we were just in there, but there's a few questions I do need to ask, especially regarding to the bandits. But I know we also wanted to, and is he kind of is the statue also in the center, in the town square?
Yeah.
Right? Like developed
Yeah.
it? Gotcha.
It's in the
Yeah.
town square. Yeah.
But he's like kind of like looking towards the statues. Like it's like though, but we also do need to. I don't know. It just doesn't feel right just to to leave that statue kind of bare without the gems. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Sin.
I just needed to ask, what was the chair's name again? The chair of finance?
Doris.
Doris. Okay. I couldn't find where I had it in notes, so I have to re-note my notes.
Yeah, no, that was Doris.
Okay. Sin is going to as after you're done talking about it, kind of just pipe up and say, I also wanted to ask the Doris, the chair of finance, about possibly if they know anyone or themselves could teach me some more about jeweling or jewelry making, because I know, I know how to do it. I just don't remember everything. And I was told that she might be able to. So I'm all for going and asking some questions.
Mm-hmm. No, actually, funny enough, have we ever has the guild came to us by any chance with any other jobs that we need to do here? I don't know, because I know we just finished. I know it's a bit quick for me to ask this, but though it's just I don't know. It kind of feels weird just not being able to do anything after a while now. But I don't know. He's like, and then Victor's kind of doing little tippy tappies. I don't know, but I'm like, kind of excited after finishing this quest. Just delivering the gear. Oh, he's actually kind of felt nice.
Well, I think we have to go and look at what quests there are and pick one that we can do.
Hmm.
Uh, but we can probably do that after we talk to the chair and get the information we need, because maybe we can get two birds with one stone. We'll find something that, after we learn about the bandits and what we need to learn about, might require us to go there, near where they are. You know?
Yeah, no, we we might get a lead on the next stage with these bandits, and we might be able to pick up a guild quest that goes along with that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and besides, it's also kind of be nice to know, to see, possibly even know about the recent activities as well. Kind of know what so it's just so it can give us what the state of things are here too. Maybe it might be something worth reporting to the guild too.
Yeah, it might be good to, over here talk to some of the folk around and, get that scoop on what's the happens around here.
Yeah. But first, this pie. Oh, no.
Yeah, as Amos was speaking that last line, there's just like pie all over his face. And down like in his like chest fur, there's just like bits of pie.
At least he's not passed out in the pie.
Not yet. His face is now deeply buried within it again.
Yeah, Sin has like a quarter of his pie left. Just already having eaten most of it. He's gonna look down at the pie, look sad for a second, and then just kind of say, "I want more pie too," and finish his pie. I think things are breaking because I heard a weird noise on my computer. Give me
that's
1
not
second.
Oh no. Vector is very busy eating his pie. He wants to finish it before doing anything. Ah, so, well, now that now I'm actually kind of as like Vector's kind of like after he finished his pie, he's just kind of like looking around, like, wait, hold on, missing? Are you missing anyone? I feel like we're missing someone. We have got Amos, got Dart. Everyone else is here.
Shade?
Shade. Yeah, where did Shade go? Shade go? Did anyone see him go anywhere?
I looked around for him and I didn't see him. Maybe he already went to talk to the person. Maybe he went back to the guild to find a job.
Mm-hmm.
But I would say I'm sure it's fine, but after
It's also
the
shade.
exactly.
It's Shade, so who knows? And he can handle himself, I'm sure. I wouldn't worry about it.
I'm more
He'll
worried
show up
about
when he wants to show up.
yeah. I'm more worried about whoever he might try and cause trouble for if he decided he wants to pull a prank. Or worse.
I mean, what's the worst that could possibly happen?
Sid is going to stare at you. Stare up at the sky. He do a little gesture of like almost a begging gesture at the sky and just say, never say that. That always invites trouble.
I mean, at least from the little time I've known Shade, Shade is trouble, so that'd be quick to find him.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, if Shade fluffs with anyone, they probably had it coming.
Blink audibly. But Sin is going to like take one more look around on like the area, just a general glance, and if he doesn't see Shade, he's magically appearing, which I doubt is going to happen. But he's going to kind of just start walking back towards the merchantile area, just saying, "Well, I'm not going to worry about it, or I'm going to have a panic attack. I'm going to go find Doris. Yeah, Doris. Chair of finance. Yeah."
And just like just finishing up his fight. Like, hold up, let me come with you. It's like he's kind of like making. He's like kind of like finishing up the pie and like putting in the. I assume there's a. I'm sure there's a trash bin somewhere.
Yeah,
I
there's like
gotta
a
see.
couple trash cans around.
He's like Victor's like quickly like putting it in the trash bin. It's like, wait for me. He said, wait, don't go by yourself. I want to go there too. I want to
Yeah,
meet them.
that reminds me. Are the pies in like a little tin?
They are.
Okay, you will see that Sin is as you're running up after him. He's not going very fast. Sin is just munching on the tin, just crunch, crunch.
We do have some more fan art.
Oh boy.
Oh. I hope so. I hope those raptors are biodegradable.
I mean, they're not, but this is a
Oh,
town
that
filled
is-
with steel types, so. Oh, that's very cute.
That is
Aww.
precious. Also, yeah. Also, say that. Just wanted to say you have a steel type who is actively munching on the metal. It doesn't matter if they're biodegradable. Just give them to the walking trash can. I think you broke them both.
Yeah, I think you did there, Raijin. Just a lot.
Whoa.
I just remembered something I was going to ask last session, Taldirius.
Yep.
And I don't remember if I asked then or not, but what did my pie, what did Sin's pie actually like taste / feel like? Because he's a normal steel type.
Yeah, I think yours just had some metal shavings in it, I believe. If it was just a...
Yeah, I don't remember if it was a pure steel type or if he got a normal steel type.
I think
Or,
he just got a. I think he just got a steel type one, which would be basically the same thing that Dart got. Well, Dart got like a little bit more ground in his, but like the metal filaments are what the steel types get.
Okay. I like how Raijin's asking if they're okay. But yeah. Sin is going to keep walking, still walking slow so people can catch up. But would the place that the pies were gotten be in the same area that he's walking to, more or less?
You'd be heading more towards like the heart of the merchant district. This would be more towards like the edge, but I mean, yeah, it's in the same general area.
I'm more asking because if Sin is able to pass by this on the way to go where he's going, he's getting more pie.
You know what? Sure. I'd say that, like, you know, you wouldn't, like, pass right by it, but it'd be, like, on the other end of a street that you could see. Reasonably, if you're going from the town... Yeah, if you're going from the town square to where the chair of finance's place is, yeah.
Awesome. Sin is going to notice and kind of beeline over her. Like, take a look at the varieties of pie that there are. See if there is one that is like normal and steel type mix, because he is curious. And purchase one.
Yeah, there isn't really, like, a mix of normal type with anything else, because if you're getting a normal type pie, it's generally just, like, a regular-ass pie.
But they might have, like, the normal type might be like a berry-based pie or something, and then...
The pie already is.
Yeah.
It already is a berry-based pie, and so, like, you know, the normal is just a pie with no additional inclusions, which generally works out pretty well for the normal types.
Actually, how much were the pies again, by the way?
Like 2 silver.
2 silver. Okay, he's getting 2 steel type pies.
Alright. Yeah, so they're, like, a little bit more expensive than, like, a meal would be or something, because these are, like, desserts, but, you know, they're certainly not out of your guys' price range.
Yep. But yeah, he's going to get 2 pies, and he's going to be munching on them on the way to the chair of finance's office building, whatever they have. I do
It's
not
like
remember.
it's like a little office.
Okay. On the way there, between little bites of not little, but bites of the pie and tin, Sin is going to ask, is everybody going to follow, or is it going to be Sin and Vector? I should ask that first.
Jet doesn't really have that much interest in going after pies.
Well,
But he also...
that was on the way to the chairs of finance's place.
Right.
Yeah, we are visiting the chair of finance for questions.
Jet doesn't really have questions for them, but he'll follow along. Also, I have...
Dart was going to... Oh, go on, finish, Art.
I was just going to say I have posted the merch. For those interested.
Huzzah!
what were you gonna say, Seda?
I was going to say, Dart was going to accompany Argus back to the guild and ask Ron a few questions. So I'm just going to assume he's going to stick with that, even though Aurum isn't here.
Yeah, because Orm was going to try and convince Ron to play hooky.
I forgot that was the idea there.
That was the plan. Yeah.
Is Amos going to the chair of finance or going to go other route?
I'm calling it now. If Amos comes along, he's going to get a book thrown at him, and we find out he's banned from there as well.
Amos, he's just now just like looking around like, oh, they're going places. I guess I'll just follow someone. Because he doesn't want to get this left. But he doesn't really care to go either place. So I guess he's just gonna follow, wherever, Jet goes.
Okay. And Jet was going with the group going to the chair, I believe.
Yeah.
Okay. So on as the little detour for Pi has now been done. Sin on the way there is going to ask, because I don't remember if we were told specifically, and I don't think Sin is going to remember either, but do we know exactly where the chair's finances office is? And when we get there, I'll let you all ask any questions you have first, because I don't know if it's gonna take a bit for mine.
Yeah. Victor just stops there. He realizes, I don't think I don't know. That's actually a good question. But
I will say out of game, you guys were told that she used to, at least, and still does, run a jewelry shop in the merchant district.
Okay.
oh,
One
okay,
moment.
gotcha.
But no, you were not told
Yeah.
where her office is, just that she,
Oh, okay.
We know why Sin wants to go, but the rest of us kind of are. Jet's got no idea
Well-
where else to go.
Well, Vector wants to ask them because I think he was told that they'd be the best person to ask about the bandits and the routes and such.
Essentially, I want to see. I want to see if they have record. Vector wants to know if there's any records of previous maybe lost assets, and essentially see if there's any pattern to the relationship to the bandits and now, because just a previous recap, we were robbed. Essentially, usually the robbery usually happens when they're coming from this town, but not going to this town. So that particular alone is something that Vector is very curious about, that pattern. See if that it leads anywhere, or if it's something if it's worth investigating. But Vector is going to probably look around to see if there's any like I mean it's just it has to be an office building. Can't it's not I mean I know that they told us that they work in a jewelry shop, but I'm sure working in an office building it should stand out, right? Right?
And there's
Hopefully.
probably a sign somewhere.
Or we could just I mean, I could always try asking too. Oh, hello.
Where?
Hello, Marcy.
Quack.
Ignore the ducks. Hello, RZ. Welcome in. Go ahead and do your intro. The question was, what do you think your characters, or what does your character think Shade is up to in his unattended state?
That's an interesting question. Well, hi, I'm Arza Dayu, who plays Azrith, the off-god jangmo-o. And Shade is doing darkness, okay? He's doing things with the darkness. Don't worry about it. I don't know. I just said something on the whim. Sorry.
Yeah.
All right. So just to get you caught up, everyone finished up their pies and then sort of like, split off to go do two separate things. Said is kind of by himself, technically with Argus, going over to Ron, and everyone else right now is going over to look for the chair of finance, Doris.
Well, I apologize for not being in the quiet mindset. I've had a busy evening. I'm gonna be slow catching up.
It's alright.
All right. If it helps, Jet is currently in the group that is going to the chair of finance.
Fair enough.
I don't know if you're wanting to stick with Jet or wanting to get out of embarrassing situation as much as possible.
Also, that does remind me that Jet did have a goal in mind for where to go. That out of character I forgot about until just now. Jet was going to go look for a gym.
No, Jet's gonna go pump iron.
Man. I think Azrith would not go to see the chair of finance because that sounds boring. Go to go with the group who went to Ron.
All right, that'd be with Dart then. Dart and Argus, but Argus is missing right now, so.
Fair enough.
All right.
So, a little bit of
But-
retcon if that's okay. Jet instead went to go look for a gym.
Yeah, that's fine.
Amos, are you still going to follow Jet?
Yes.
Jet will also keep an eye out for somewhere that does dance stuff. Tentatively. Because at this point he's desperate and wants to, try and go for whatever tips he might get for this. But he's still awkward about the whole being asked out thing.
But yeah, no, that is a perfectly fine mini retcon. We're still going to continue with the chair of finance group for now, though.
Oh, yeah, that's fine. Carry on.
While we're going, Sin is going to be trying to keep a lookout for signs for possibly a specific jewelry place if we were told there was more than one, or to look out for a specific one. Otherwise, just looking for the sign of a jeweler.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
weren't told a specific shop or anything. Just Ron is not the Ron is not the most detail oriented person when it comes to conversation. Let's say.
Okay. Then looking out for a sign for a jeweler.
Can I ask one of the shops nearby to see if they know where the office is? I'm sure if they have a stand, they probably have to be registered, right?
Yes. Also, Sin, go ahead and roll me a perception. I don't care what you used to do it. Just a perception check. Vector, you're going to ask one of the shopkeepers, right?
Yes.
All right. Probably consider you're walking the streets. You're going to be going to one of the pop-up stands, and with one of the pop-up stands, one of the first ones you'd find would probably be a raw ore stand. So let's just go with that one.
Yeah.
And
Gotta...
oh, good.
Oh no! Sorry. Like I'm just assuming like just kind of like walking up to like one of the stands that you're described to.
Yep. There is a bunch of rocks on said stand, and a bigger rock with arms. Out of game, it's a Geodude.
Are there any roughs?
Oh wait.
No.
So you gotta say like Victor, he's kind of like try not to intrude, making sure like he's checking to see if there's no they're not like in the middle of a conversation. Just kind of like let's imagine this this small puppy like kind of like lurking up, be like, excuse me, hello.
Ah, yes. You there. Are you here to buy some ore? I have many different types of ore.
Oh, I do apologize. I'm just kind of like showing the little badge. I do apologize for the interruption, but no, I'm not really interested in the moment. However, I am looking for a particular building. Do you know by chance, where the office of where the chair of finance would be by any chance? I've been told it would be here, but I'm having a little bit of difficulty time finding here as well, kind of first time here.
Ah, okay. Well, so from here, no, there's a bunch of turns. He's kind of just like stopping and starting a little bit. He's kind of like considering the best way to help you out because, well, he doesn't want to leave his stand, but also he doesn't particularly want to, just kind of leave you hanging or with like, not good directions. So
Okay.
he's kind of just considering how to answer for like a moment or two. And then he'll just kind of go and look around a bit, and then quickly point to a group of people that are currently walking down the road, and go, those guys, those are new. They're gonna be going to see the chair of finance right now. Just follow them. They're incoming merchants.
Oh, okay. Perfect. I assume that, and I assume how the workings here as well, that you'll probably need for new merchants they'll need to get a license or something like that here to set up stand, right? I assume.
Yeah. There's not only that, but also we're kind of we're kind of like the merchant nexus of the area, trade nexus. That's the term, because we got a bunch of stuff. We turn a bunch of stuff into other stuff, and well, normally we'd be sending all these people onto Starlight right about now, but well, we kind of can't do that right now, which is really unfortunate because all these people really want to get ready for things like the for market day and all that. But well, there's not exactly much to do, so they might as well trade around, try and get some good deals ahead of time, and then, when everyone comes by for market day, really try and get some good deals.
Gotcha. Perfect. All right. Again, thank you so much for your time here as well. I'll go ahead and see if I can follow them there as well. But again, just like it's like again, thank you so much. It's like tapping very happily, and he's like waving. He's like waving. It's like, I hope you have a good day, and also that I really like your auras. They're heckin' cool.
Buy something!
Sorry, just he's like, it's like leaving. He's like, heck. But yeah, I assume like I was like he's not too far from like Sin, right?
No, you guys are sticking pretty close together, especially considering how busy the street is. If you split up, you'd also have to try and find each other again. So
Yeah. I kind of like start poking Sin. It's like Sin. Oh,
Oh, yes.
yes. So apparently there's a bunch of new merchants that's going to be going to be the office there. Um, I don't know if you still want to. I still don't know if you want to still hang around here, but I figured I want to quickly go follow the merchants over there, so I can try to see if they can get into the office over there. At least that way it'll be easier for me to be able to find it. Do you still want to hang? Do you still need to? Are you still gonna look for Doris's uh store here?
Oh, well, Doris is the chair of finance, so I'm going to be following you because you know who to follow.
All right, let's go.
yep. As for what you would get with those two successes there, Sin, you would mostly just kind of realize that somehow this place got even busier than earlier today.
Oh, Lord.
Uh-oh.
So this place is really busy right now. Like, you're not even honestly, you're not even sure like how this many people are fitting in this town right now because these streets are packed.
Speaking of very busy, we have new fan art from Raijin.
Ah,
Oh,
that's cute.
Cute.
Oh, I love that. That is so adorable.
Get pie.
Bye.
Thankfully, no one is pie type.
Now,
Oh no,
Sid
Jolene. Oh no.
Sid isn't just going to eat anyone for no good reason.
Jolene is pie type.
Now, give a good reason, Sid might be convinced, but so far there's no good reason to eat people, except maybe a specific duck.
Quack.
But
I keep saying to ignore the ducks, and yet you interact.
what? Duck is tasty. But is the people that I'm assuming Vector probably pointed them out while talking about them, but are they easy to see? Are they in like direct line of sight at the moment?
Yeah, they were very easily noticeable considering, they're bringing all their goods in with them.
Okay. Well then, Sin is gonna start heading that direction and probably like do his best to avoid bumping into too many people. But
Yeah.
as they get up there closer to them, Sin is gonna kind of just say, excuse me, sorry to bother you." Trying to get their attention.
Yeah, it's pretty loud, and also Actually, if you really want to try to avoid bumping into anyone, please roll me an acrobatics.
Acrobatics.
Oh, can I help?
You may, in order to attempt to go through. Yes, because otherwise you're just gonna kind of have to make your path.
Yeah.
I have 2 in acrobatics.
I have 1, so. Do that mean I add 1 or 2
You'd add
from
2.
his help?
2
Yeah,
from
2.
him, because
Yep,
it's based
2
on
for
his
me.
skill.
Yep.
Yeah, so 3, then forceful, 4. Not forceful. Innovative is what I'm going to use for this. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 dice.
Unfortunately, with a success rating of 1, you ain't making too much headway in this trying to be, nimble
about it.
and polite about it. You're like, trying to get around one person just ends up with you bumping into another one, and you're not bumping into more people with what you're doing, but you're just kind of having to go through normally anyway.
So it still have to push through people every so often.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
You are able to get around a couple of people, but
okay.
in the grand scheme of things, you're still having to push.
Okay. As long as we're getting there and we're not going to lose them, that is fine.
Yep. No, it's kind of easy to tell where they're at because they got wagons and the like.
Yeah.
They are very obviously incoming merchants. That's why the Geodude was basically able to just point at them and go, "Ah, yes, them."
Yeah. But Sin is still trying to make the way there, or occasionally, when possible, possibly they could hear him just piping up and just being like, "Excuse," hoping that they will stop for a minute so he can catch up.
Yeah. Well, they're actually coming towards you.
Oh, they are. Okay. Yeah. Well, that's even better, because Sin wants to let them know that they're going to be following them to try and find where to go. He doesn't want to just be, creepily following someone. So, making way over, getting their attention as best as possible.
Yeah, you're able to quite easily get their attention. By the way, the leader of this particular group is an Inferni.
Ooh. As getting their attention and not trying to get them to completely stop, but just trying to get their attention and keep up with them at the moment. Just Sin is going to say, "Excuse me, I just sorry for the bother. I just wanted to let you know me and my friend are gonna try and follow you to get to the chair of finance's office. I hope that's okay."
The Inferni is gonna look over and basically give a very genial nod and go, well, well, I'm not too much to try and crush anyone's dream, but well, hopefully you're able to make a whole lot more inventory for yourself before market day.
Oh.
He's kind of just assuming that you're merchants because you're asking to go to the chair of finance.
Yeah.
Oh.
Sin is gonna.
Yeah. Oh,
Yes.
sorry. Oh, sorry. Yeah, you want to? Yeah.
You can go ahead.
Yeah, I was about to say. I do apologize, but actually, we're not merchants, as well. So, and just kind of I assume that's you wanted to show your badge as well, right?
Yep.
Yep. We could do it at the same time. We're both showing
Yeah.
our badges.
Yep. Now that he has a clearer view of it, because he's kind of way taller than you guys.
Yep.
His eyes gonna wide. He's gonna nod his head and go, "Oh, well, in that case, well, I'll wish you luck on sales anyway. But I guess market day won't be as important for all of you."
Also, I will say he's not a huge amount taller. Still taller.
Oh no, but
not a
this guy
huge-
is a bit tall for an inverting. But yeah, no,
Ah,
he's not like massive. He's not alpha or anything, but like he is a little bit taller than average.
yeah. But Sid is going to give a little nod and say thank you. And then it's gonna look to Vector and just say, do you want to go ahead and explain what we're doing? It might be good to let them know.
Yeah. I though I don't know if it'll be a good idea to. Well, I mean, we can talk on the way, right? I assume we're
Yeah.
talking on the way, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, you got
well,
there is like an entire, like there's a couple of carts that are being like pulled behind. Also, just on a quick aside, like, are you just like normal mawile height?
No, I am 2'5". So
Oh, okay, so
he's
he's
taller.
still like 2 feet taller than you. Okay.
Yeah, I was gonna say he's still taller, but he's not as much taller as I thought, based on Infernape's height.
Now, Infernape's like 4 feet tall. He's like 4.5.
So he's actually still a decent bit, but exactly.
He's noticeably taller, but yeah.
but yeah, but like Victor's kind of like he's gonna say, well, and I do apologize for the question here as well, but we're here actually to investigate a few things, and. Are you? I do want to ask. Are you from this town, or like did you just come coming into town, right?
Oh, I am not from here at all. No.
I do want to quickly ask. By any chance, were you attacked by a group of bandits or highwaymen?
Bandits? Oh, no. No, not at all. I mean, I heard some rumors that there's been a little bit of bandit problems and something happened in Starlight, so we're supposed to come here instead of going here and then directly to Starlight afterwards to start setting up, but, well,
Right.
as long as we're able to get into Starlight and set up for Market Day, it shouldn't be a problem.
Got it. Yeah. We're just here to investigate a few things as well, but it's nothing too much of a concern, knowing that it hasn't really been, it seems like no one else, but no one else seems to be hurt as well. So yeah, that's pretty much why we're heading out to the fan dance here, is just to kind of get some, trying to get a bit of information on what some, just kind of the travels from what we've been hearing and some of our experience getting here. So we just wanted to make sure that there's nothing too bad going on here as well. The usual guild work.
Yeah, well, hopefully there isn't, no offense, but hopefully there isn't much reason for you to be doing your job.
Oh yeah, no, I understand. I hope so too.
At that comment, Sid is gonna look up at the sky, as if a little nervous, and just kind of mutters something about what bandit attacks. It's absent-mindedly for a second, shake his head, and then go, "Yeah, hopefully it won't be something we have to deal with too much."
Out of game. At least he didn't say, well, it ain't like you'll have to do your job. At least he did say that.
Yeah.
Also, if we don't have to do our job, that means that everything's okay.
Yeah, that's why he said hopefully you won't have to do your job.
You know what that means?
Vacation time.
Beach vacation! Beach episode.
All right, sorry. Go ahead, Sid.
But yeah, Sinna's gonna then kind of continue and just say, hopefully we won't have to do much, but our experience getting here wasn't super pleasant, so we're hoping to make sure that others don't have to go through that same experience.
Well, if you could make that a promise, I might hire you two in order to keep us safe on the way to Starlight.
Sinna's going to perk up a bit at that, like, ooh.
You
But,
seem motivated.
Yeah, and Sin's then going to say, we do have an entire group, so there would be at least a good amount of people to protect you.
Yeah, hopefully that'll deter anything bad from happening. Say, what's your team name? You work for the guild, right?
Yeah, we're out of character real quick. It is Astral Dawn, right?
Yes.
Okay. I'm not going crazy. I thought I was. Sin is gonna say we're Team Astral Dawn. Newer team, but well, looks at Vector. We've been through quite a bit.
It, that much indeed.
Well, if you're still here and still doing work, then it sounds like you got some gumption.
Victor is not gonna lie, he has a very warm feeling, and honestly just happy that they're getting some recognition. Victor feels getting that warm and happy, fuzzy, warm feeling.
Tippy tappy, tippy tappy.
Yes, very much tippy tappy, tippy tappy. Yeah. And I will say we have a very, very, very very good team members as well. You can definitely count on them.
Sure you aren't merchants. I could tell when someone's trying to do a little bit of a pitch, a little bit of a sell.
Oh wait, wait, just like blushing. Like no, not. I didn't mean it like that. I, I'm just saying that that I'm just really happy to be part of this team. And, heck.
Sin is chuckling a bit at Vector's slight stumbling and blushing. I'm gonna say, well, he might not mean it, but that way. But I'm always glad to chill out a bit. I am quite proud of my capabilities. He looks back up in the sky. I just don't want to have to use them much. Fighting isn't fun.
Oh, hey, maybe you can have your maybe you could teach your teammate here some things. A little bit self confidence, a little bit of upselling, you know.
Sin is gonna nod and then say, I'm also hoping that I can learn a little bit more about like merchanty things because I'll be honest, I don't have a lot of my memories, but I remember that before I lost my memories, I did something with jewelry making. So I'm hoping the chair of finance might have time to teach me a bit.
Oh, amnesia, terrible thing. And he's gonna look over at Vector and go, you know, you and your team must be quite good people if you're taking in, you know, amnesiacs and helping them along and making them a part of your team. And he's gonna give you like a bit of a head pat and like, you know.
I
Sin is gonna just give a little nod at Vector.
So Vector's getting a good boy.
Yep.
Also, I'm
Boy,
calling it
Vector.
now. Sin's previous life, they forged, fakes of big brand jewelry.
I'm also worried about this because if Vector tippy tappies any further, he's going to start phasing through like walls.
It's just like gonna levitate.
He's gonna tear a rip in reality.
Wait, he's tapping through. He's dancing through reality. Holy smokes! Why is that?
That's about this time.
This infernet kind of makes a lot of assumptions.
Yep. I will say Sin may or may not have been intentionally letting the amnesia thing slide to make the rest of the team look better too.
Vector, I tend to be I tend to be more humble with someone. So it's not like I like again. I'm not downplaying our achievements or anything like that. It's just I do want to keep I do tend to try to keep my humbleness to it, but but what you know what Sin and I have been saying about our team has been very true. But you know, there's always Victor's already blushing. Victor's already blushing. It's like he's done. But I appreciate it.
Well, I'll make sure to ask after your team if, we're in need of any sort of guards on our way to Starlight. Whenever we're actually able to move out there.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And by this point, you guys would be in front of a small building. It's actually just like the same size as like the rest of the buildings, pretty much, except it doesn't really have like a bunch of stuff around it as much. It's a little bit more lonesome, and it does have a small little like over the door labeling of chair of finance.
As we get there, seeing the little sign, Sin is going to do a little bit of a happy dance and say, "Good. Now we can make sure we get everything in order. We'll ask our questions and we'll get back to the rest of the team." Looking at Vector.
Vector is doing the tippy tappies, joining in the little dance.
Yep.
Yeah.
Would you guys like to go inside?
Yes.
Yes. Oh, I do want before we do go inside, Vector does a little bow and says, "Thank you so much for accompanying us with us as well." But yeah, we'll be keeping an eye out on our quest as usual, and I hope you do have a wonderful, wonderful day.
Yep. And the Infernip will give you a wave as a sand shrew goes ahead and jumps out of one of the things and seemingly is already writing down on a notepad and has on little glasses.
Thinking of something, Sin is going to pull out his notebook, just write down on start scribbling down and just say, but by the way, just so I know who to ask for later if I want to find you, what is your name? My name is Sin. He gives out a little hand for a shake to the Infernape.
Alright, the Infernape will reach down slightly, shake your hand, and go, "The name's Marcus."
Sin is going to write that down on...
It was a pleasure to meet you, Marcus. Oh, but I'm so sorry. My name is Vector.
A mighty fine pair of names. Now, you guys, you said you had business to attend to, right? Time is money, and, we're going to be in line after you, so.
Oh, yes, absolutely.
We'll do our best to be quick. And Sin is going to hurriedly go inside.
Yep, and Vector follows suit.
As you open up the door, on one end of the room, you see a desk with a rather annoyed-looking scissor behind it, and a very long line.
Oh.
Sin is going to look at the line, look at Vector and say, "Do you want to wait in line with me, or you want to go and do something else, and I can ask questions?"
No. I wouldn't mind. Besides, I don't mind waiting in line here.
I just want to make sure, because I know... He looks at the light again, gives a very quiet little sigh and says, "I don't like lines much, but waiting is good."
Yeah. Hey, and besides, you don't have to do it alone. We are a team after all.
Yeah, Sid goes from looking a little nervous having looked at the line to looking a lot relieved. And going to take place in line.
Yes.
All right.
Victor joins.
So you two are going to be in line for a bit. Let's go ahead over to Jet and Amos attempting to find a gem. Both of you here?
I'm here. Quack.
Is the Amos here?
Yes. All right.
Cool. In that case, both of you, if you are both going to be actively looking, go ahead and make me perception checks. As you're just kind of trying to find me find Jet a gym. I don't care what you make it with. Go ahead and use anything. So long as it's perception.
Okie doke.
Oh!
And Jet apparently really wants to find it.
Damn. The embarrassing moment from Azareth causes him to nope, I'm finding a gym.
Get me out of here right now.
He really wants to get better with the whole, aura thing.
Azareth's kind because he can't help.
So that would be 10 successes. It's okay,
Like the
Amos. At
roll.
least you helped.
All right. Well, Jet, with that result, you would very quickly be able to find a fitness center. It's in the same. It's not like near to, but it's in like the same. Let's just say like area as the guild hall. It's sort of over in that district. It seems like there's like more service related businesses in that area.
Well, Jet's gonna go up to it and kind of look at Amos. I guess this is probably what I need. Yeah?
Looks like it's at least the right direction.
Let's hope. And he'll go in and kind of look around.
All right. There is it's not extraordinarily busy, but it is at least like fairly busy on the inside. It seems like it's mostly populated with fighting types, for probably fairly obvious reasons.
Is there a front desk?
There is, but it's more of like a sign-in desk. It's not like a manned, front desk.
He's just gonna go over to the desk and kind of, get up on his hind legs to look on the desk, trying to make sense of whatever's going on here, what he's supposed to do.
Yep. It is a sign-in, sign-out sheet with a note that says 1 copper per hour. And then there's like a jar that's just kind of filled with some copper.
Jib.
It is entirely unattended.
Amos is looking at the jar.
Jet's looking between the jar and the note and the book, and his ears are kind of drooping a bit. I was kind of hoping to find some kind of I don't know, somebody that can teach me what I need. As he's looking past the desk into the place, and I'm going to guess it is kind of your standard gym, except probably even more wild with some of the machines.
Yeah, pretty much. Although noticeably, you do notice that a lot of the Pokemon on the inside seem to be using at least some sort of a buddy system. You're not really seeing anyone that's just working out completely alone.
looks over at Amos. I guess we gotta do together. I don't know how to work any of whatever all that is. Do you?
No idea. I'm a fire type. I don't really touch this kind of thing, I don't think.
You're a fire
just
type? I thought
drove-
you were a puppy type.
No, you 3 rockruffs are the puppy types.
I'm pretty sure that you and Azareth were also being put into puppy type.
How is Azareth a puppy? They're all scaling.
Jet's just shrugging and ask Argus.
Well, whatever. I guess, people are in duos for whatever the hell they're doing here. But don't expect me to know how to work any of these.
Jet just gives a sad sigh and nods. And turns to leave. I guess we'll look around some more then.
Amos the size. Come on, we could at least. Jet. We could at least, take a look at these things. I don't know what you're looking to, gain out of this, but.
Well, I was told I need to practice my aura to get better and be able to control my ghost stuff, and part of that was I needed to work out my body.
Well, I guess this is the place for doing stuff like that. I don't know about the whole aura stuff, but I'm not a ghost or whatever the heck type does all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, none of these really look dead. Actually, they look kind of the opposite of dead.
Yeah, I would say that. But I don't know. Decide what you want to do here, because the longer I sit next to this jar, the more I want to make it a couple coins later.
Okay. Yeah, let's, Jet's gonna pull out a copper piece and put it in the jar and, kind of half drag, Amos back to the back. Oh, wait, he doesn't have any personal copper, so he dropped in a silver.
All right, are you taking out nine copper?
Yes.
All right. If there was someone at the front desk, they'd probably find that strange. Considering that not having copper is like, not being able to spare a quarter.
Amos. While Jet isn't looking, Amos slowly sticks his paw into the the jar.
The jar that
Look.
Jet is actively interacting with.
Well, I said, well, he's not looking at the jar.
You know what? Go ahead and roll me a subterfuge check.
Can I roll perception considering he literally said he was
Yes.
going to...
Yes, you can. You are right next to him. It's not like it's not like you can casually lean on the desk in your forms and like, you know, sticky finger a couple. You have to actually like, you know, try.
Nothing escapes Jet's sight.
That is a 5 from Jet and a 3 from Amos. This could get really interesting if Amos decides to vigor this, though.
No.
All right. Well, in that case, you know, you think you're doing a pretty good job of things, Amos, until, like, you know, Jet, you're able to see him, like, you know, as he's pulling out, like, a couple of things from it.
Jet, one paw is going to go over his paw on the jar. The other paw is going on his face and pushing him away. With the people in here, I don't think we want to get caught doing that. They look a little big and probably would hurt. Even though most of their stuff would be Jet's immune to, but he doesn't know that.
Yeah. As you two are, like, kind of, like, have this conversation, a Hariyama is going to, like, you know, kind of walk over, reach into a bag, and with his massive hands take out a single copper piece and put it in the jar.
Hi, could you maybe help us with this?
Kind of, like, looks down. By the way, in case you guys didn't know, Hariyama is, like, 7 feet tall.
Oh yeah,
Holy moly.
Jet is
Yeah, they're massive.
They're also, like, 600 pounds.
Jesus Christ.
Big boy.
Jet is cowering a little bit. Yeah.
Oh, sorry, I looked it up. I'm wrong. They're 7'7", so they're closer to 8 feet than 7 feet. Anyway, the Hariyama's gonna, like, kind of, like, silently turn and, like, look down at the small newcomers to the gym. And, like, you know, with what you swear is a questioning look, you see him point towards the jar.
I already put I put in the silver one and then took out 9 copper.
He's gonna look inside, see a piece of silver, nod, checks out, and then point towards the sign-in sheet. Have you actually written anything on the sign-in?
No. Jet's looking at the sheet. And I assume he'll see others' names in there, so he's going to do his best to write his name and Amos's.
Yep, there is a helpfully provided clock. It's not digital, it's literally just like an analog clock. The time currently says 1:39.
Has he learned how to read that? I know we have a watch or a clock, but I forget if it's digital or analog.
You guys got an old analog, and you were already informed about how to read such things.
Yes.
I couldn't remember which it was, so, okay.
No, you guys have been informed about how to read such things.
Alright, Jet will scratch in the time. And then he looks up at the Hariyama and kind of just shrinks down a bit.
All right, the Hariyama will nod at you, make a follow me gesture, and start like walking back into the actual workout gym area.
Jet is keeping a close eye on Amos as he moves to follow, and by that I mean chomp on Amos's little sweater thing and drags him.
Oh, come on. Don't bite on it.
It turns out that Amos is actually on house arrest and can't be left unsupervised.
All right. And as he gets to the back, the Hariyama's going to from like the back wall. It seems like there's like a whole lot of like, variously styled weights around on the on the wall, like in little like racks. And he's going to reach behind one, pull out like like a little tiny like tripod chair thing, open it up, sit down on it so that way he's not as massive. Put his hands on his knees.
How itty bitty is this little chair?
Very itty bitty. It is a very small chair.
Okay. Chet's just kind of watching. What was that?
Oh, the Hariyama is finally going to talk, and he's just going to say, "What are goals?"
Goals? Well, they are kind of things that you work towards and try to.
No. What are points at you goals?
Well, I was told I needed to work on my body to increase my aura so I can use my ghost powers better.
All right, the Hariyama's gonna like kind of like rub it like where a chin would be, and kind of like think for a bit, and then go, Is aura complicated? However, start at basic. And he's gonna kind of like poke and prod at you like a tiny bit. Quick question for you, Jet. You had 1 in vigor, right?
I know I've got 1 in body, but I forget vigor.
Yeah, I thought you had 1 in vigor and 1 in body.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. And he's gonna make like a bit of a tutting and go, You are to be nice, not strong.
I know. I guess I need to work on that.
Yes, I give you good basic workout. Very, very good, intensive, but not dangerous. And he's gonna kind of like with like as much dexterity as he can muster, kind of like reach over onto the wall and pull out what appears to like effectively be like saddlebag looking things, like tiny little like saddlebag looking things, and slip in some weights into it. And then carefully lay it over Jet's back, and Jet, this thing is actually kind of heavy.
Thank you.
Yes, very welcome. Now, exercise is walk. There is track around back. Go walk. Walk, good exercise.
Okay.
Come find me when tired. He gives like a thumbs up.
5 seconds later.
Do you maybe have one for my friend here?
He's going to look over at Amos, and then in the distance look over at Jar, and look back at you and like kind of like eyebrow raise. Did he jar?
Sort of. Jet will pull out another copper.
Amos grabs a copper from Jet and runs over and puts it in.
All right. In that case, yes, the Hariyama would give one to Amos. Amos, you had 2 in each, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you were 2 across the board, if I remember. So, all right. In that case, you will be getting a the same kind of setup. It's just going to be like a bit heavier. As for the effects of this, this is for both of you pretty much enough to reach your natural level to where you will become encumbered. So, for Jet, this is like basically a single bulk worth of weight. For Amos, this would be 2. But since this is not going in any sort of bag, this is just actual bulk, and you guys are both encumbered now.
In reality, it was just a single straw of wheat.
But yeah, no. What this does is it will it basically just halves your movement speed. It does some other things, but right now all you need to care about is that it halves your movement speed.
Well, Jet's gonna try to find his way out to the track. And start walking.
All right. There is a door, yes. And out on the track already is a couple different Pokemon. It's not actually all it's not actually mostly fighting types this time. It seems like the track actually just kind of gets used by a lot of people. This seems to be a much more popular like communal thing. There's like a fence area, so that way it's hard to see the actual from not inside the facilities. It's harder to see people working inside, but there's a bunch of different Pokemon now. It seems like it's extra popular with electric types, who just kind of seem to like running mostly. So.
Oh, so Jet feels slightly more at home.
Yes, electric types tend to like going fast. Unfortunately for Jet, you will not be going fast considering your weight.
Jet is determined, though. He will get through this.
As for how this shall go, sorry about that. As for all it should go, go ahead and both of you make me athletics rolls. Just both of you make me an individual athletics roll, using body, and take -2 dice on that. So body, expertise, athletics, -2 dice. Remember, if you have no dice, you could still luck dice.
And still have the chance die. Well, I'm going with cunning just because it's the only one I've got 2 dots in. Oh!
Oh no, Jet. Amos, no. Oh no.
We get out the door and immediately there's a staircase there and we just both go
Poof into a pile of ash.
All right. So, you two are really struggling with this. Actually, this is actually surprisingly hard. Jet, do you think it would be fair to say that you kind of really wish you weren't doing this right now? With that
Uh,
result?
with that result, he is very unhappy about it. However, he does have a lot of personal resolve to try and get this down.
Okay.
Even if he's, failing horribly at it. The
Yes.
mind is
No,
willing, but the body is weak and spongy.
Yeah. It's kind of a struggle to really move around with all this right now. And, like, it it doesn't help that, like, you're watching all of these people, like, jog and sprint around. There's even, like, some people with weights that are at least jogging. And you're kind of struggling to walk with this.
He will drag himself across the ground if he has to.
Yes. So, initially, this is going absolutely awfully. Both of you go ahead and roll again for me.
I mean, it's better. Not a success, but it's better.
Yep. Amos, you eventually get up to at least a steady walking speed. You're not having to, like, pull off to, like, catch your breath after, like, only a little bit. Jet, you're faring a bit better now, but, like, this is still just abjectly terrible. And both of you are kind of actually getting pretty tired at this point. You think it's been, like, at least a good half an hour or so, maybe, of just, like, gritting your teeth through this shit. Both of you go ahead and gain me 1 exhaustion from your workout. However, I will also remember this and give you 5 XP discount in case you guys want to get some athletic skill. This has been good training for the two of you.
Okay. I'm guessing at this point Jet just cannot continue.
No, you both are getting pretty tapped. If you force yourself to continue, like, how, like, if you walk or run a while, how, like, you can literally feel like if I keep going, I'm going to start cramping. Like, you can feel the strain in your muscles. That's about where you are. We're like, you could probably do this again later today without it being an issue, but right now it's like, oh, I might actually hurt myself. This is very straining.
Jet is going to go back in looking defeated and disappointed in himself.
Alright, are you going to find the Hariyama again?
Yes.
Alright. Amos, are you coming inside too?
Yeah, Amos will follow.
Alright. The Hariyama will kind of, like, notice you two approaching him. Grab out the tiny chair again. Sit down and give you both a nod. You both tired. That mean you work. Work good. Tired good. Overwork bad. No more work. And he will start taking off the weights off of you.
Jet has his doubts about this, but he will accept the words.
Overwork mean injury. Injury mean no work for a while. If you upset about amount of work, you work for 30 minutes. Tomorrow, go 35.
Okay. I can try that.
Yes. Now, make goal. Goal B, same weight, 1 hour.
Okay.
But when you are tired, do not work too hard. Because then injury bad.
So we'll come back tomorrow then?
Yes, come back tomorrow. Pay 1 copper. I put on weight for you. You go walk.
Okay. So we'll be back here tomorrow, Amos.
Amos, are you enthused about this?
Amos just looks at Jet.
Jet
Like a very unenthused looking face.
Jet has the anime starry-eyed excited.
Jet came into this completely dejected, and Amos was like, well, we can at least try. After it, Amos, I hate every bit of this. Jet, starry-eyed. Okay. I think that now is probably a good a time for our 1 o'clock break, even though it's slightly late for it.
Sounds good.
That's good.
Quack.
Alright, I'm gonna go make myself some tea. I will be back.
Quack, quack. Quack, 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 quack.
So how has everyone's week been?
Quack. I mean, that's a very good description of my week. Good night, Era. Ice, it is inevitable. All shall be duck.
Nah, no.
Ah, but you see, Ice. We just make a generic duck and then make it blue and put on their Ice character here. Boom. You are ducked. Ah, but you see, blue is the universal color of your character here, so it fits.
Silence. Then again, I don't know exactly what to talk about.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like...
Well, I'm bad with conversation if I don't know what to talk about. Then again, I think everyone is.
I just thought everybody else was away. Because I was the only one saying anything. and doing a little bit of talking with the chat about ducks and being quackers.
I heard about it. Well, that's because I had headphones on, was still here. Just didn't know what to say.
Quack.
Also not entirely interested in ducks, but that's just me. Don't worry about it, I guess. You're fine.
Oh, definitely not candy.
Hmm? Wait, no. The date is never gonna happen. No matter, even if all the characters go and try for it, and somehow get Jet and Azra's like to have a one-on-one date, they're just gonna be like, okay.
Basically, what's going to happen is that we're going to have like Argus or someone get captured, and we all have to go undercover. And we have
Oh no!
we have to
Oh,
pair up as like rich benefactor couples to like try to like rescue Argus.
No, it's if you talk about rich, you're gonna look at Sin. If you want the actual better duo, you have Dart and Vector. Acid
No.
Well,
Well, that's the thing.
Wait,
We
what?
all have to pair up.
oh, is this like gonna be a? What if there was a? It was like a masquerade.
Oh, sweetheart, I love you. I was about to say masquerade.
I love you too.
Those two
I mean,
are too in sync.
I mean, it makes sense for Argus to be the one captured because Argus would be the one most likely captured. Oh no!
Why are people pairing up? What?
Going to a masquerade.
We're going to a masquerade.
Okay, actually, sweetheart, Sun and Moon mask.
Oh, I love you.
I love you so much.
We're being lovey-dovey again.
It's just like 90% of the time.
He's adorable.
Abby is adorable.
No.
As are you.
You're all adorable. Especially,
I'm the most adorable.
Arzi is very adorable. Seda and Avi are both very adorable.
Yeah.
I'm most adorable.
See, I'm biased because the person I find most adorable isn't here right now. Well, but I have an innate, very strong bias, so...
That's fair.
I mean, of course, you all know my bias.
Yeah, you're biased to your boyfriend. I'm biased to myself because I have no one.
Oh.
I'm just flirtatious and flirt with a lot of people, and you just, want to snuggle many people.
I must steal the Arzi.
Do it. You think I'll say no? No, I'll say do it.
One moment.
Oh, I think Sin's gonna steal the.
It's like the signs don't tell you this, but the Azrath, they're free. You can just take them home.
Oh, goodness. Now I was like, well, I thought of an Azrath rescue mission where some rich person steals Azrath because they think they're low common folk without really the part of a guild, and takes them because keep them as a.
Now we just need everybody to at some point get kidnapped, and the rest of the group has to pair up to save them. Just everybody has their moment in the princess in danger spotlight.
Yes.
Everyone is like, wait a second, we have 3 people get captured now. Is everyone gonna get captured? Nah, they shouldn't happen anymore. 2 captures later, all right, you're gonna get captured at some point. Oh, it's like the Avatar
Alright, I'm
Last
back.
Airbender part. Welcome back, Tulliers. Where Toph is like, finally, I get to go out with Zuko and have my own, bonding time with Zuko. Yay! You know this is not gonna happen. Fuck!
Time for roll call.
Probably yes. Amos.
What?
Azareth.
Squee. Jingle jingle.
Dart.
I like tea. It's very calming.
I just got tea. Jet.
Quack.
Sin.
Hello.
And Vector.
Yes, I am back. I am also back with tea.
Hi, tea.
Very nice. We are all here then. So, let us begin. The last group that we hadn't gotten to yet would be Dart and Azareth going back to Ron. So, you two already know where the guild is, obviously, especially from the location that you're at. So you can just kind of retrace your steps, no problem, and be back at the guild.
Jingle jingle.
Yep. Ron would be manning the front desk, although it is still very much so not busy.
Azareth, was there any you needed to get done?
Admittedly, maybe? No? I just made a fool of myself 10 minutes ago. Maybe I just want to dance.
He just wants to dance with the jet.
No, I just want to dance! Not with the jet, just I want to dance! But what, did you have something to do, Dart?
I just need to ask Ron a question or two. Something just on my mind.
Okay. I'll be here. I try not to make too much noise. Jingle jangle.
All right, Ron would just be at the front desk. Well, not at it, he'd be beside it, because, he doesn't exactly fit the best behind it, but hey.
Addition to get Ron a desk that fits.
To be fair, if he really wanted one, he could probably just make it.
This is true.
Out of game, he uses the fact that the desk doesn't fit him to be able to not be behind the desk.
Oh, he can get away with stuff easier that way. I see.
Yes. Yeah, no, he doesn't want a desk that fits him.
Jingle. Jangle.
But Dart's gonna walk up to the desk and just say, hey Ron, may I ask you a few questions? I kind of thought about what you said in terms of narrowing things down.
Oh, sure. I mean, I said a lot of things, but yeah, go ahead.
Because admittedly, I think what's probably bothering me the most at the moment is that I kind of feel, I guess, for lack of a better word, not grounded. like I've been struggling to figure out like what I can do to contribute to my team better. Like we have Vector can fly, Jet can phase through walls, and I I don't know what I can do. Like I know I'm a steel ground type, but what does that mean I can do?
Ah,
I'm
well,
so I'm kind of
there's
wondering if oh sorry.
well, you kind of had a question there, so might as well get the question out.
Like so I'm kind of wondering like if you know anyone who might be able to give me like a lesson or two, just kind of like the basics of like my typing at the very least to kind of start putting me on the right path.
Well, I mean, we kind of have a ton of both of your types around. The town originally was mostly built around it because it's a very mineral rich area, and well, ground and steel types and rock types, especially, kind of just tend to love minerals and the like. Uh, it acts as both sustenance and taste for us. So, we kind of just ended up getting set up here a long time ago because, well, there's a lot of hills, a couple of mountains, and a lot of food source. That, well, is very non-competitive. Not very many Pokemon a long time ago would be trying to fight a bunch of rock, steel, and ground types over a bunch of minerals. Of course, now that, we have much better use for things like, ores and the like, now there's a bit of competition. A bunch of fire types ended up moving in because, well, we figured we had a bunch of this, we knew where it was, we might as well sell it. And, well, then things happened. Now we got a lot bigger, and, well, now we kind of got more people than we really know what to do with, but that's because Starlight used us as a bit of an expedition. But now I'm getting off track again. Okay, back to the original thing. You wanted to know what you can do. All right. So you're going to naturally be fairly durable. You just, based on everything, you're just going to be fairly durable towards most things. So you could always leverage that and your natural ability to be tanky. Uh, then there's some other things. Your claws are going to be pretty hard, pretty good at getting through things like rock. That's why I was bringing up the minerals and all that. You had to be able to, your kind of had to be able to dig into the rock to get to the minerals to eat it. So you're really good at digging through ground, rock, things of that nature. I'm sure if you really tried to learn how to do it, you could be a pretty good digger.
Dart's just
Sorry,
kind of like
go ahead.
Dart's just kind of like going to blink for a moment, try to take it all in. And be like, I'm not sure where to begin on that.
Well, I mean, there's some other things you could do if you don't know how to start on that. You could always get a bit better at sensing the ground and its makeup, like how solid and stable it is. You could be able to figure out if the ground is nice and solid and packed, or if well it's likely to rock slide or something, or mudslide, I guess. Whatever details.
Dart's gonna kind of tilt his head a bit, like that sounds useful.
It is. That's why I was bringing it up. You wanted useful things to do, right? Like, if you want party tricks, I can teach you some party tricks.
I'm
He
also
seems
kind of
mostly excited about the party tricks.
I mean, I'm curious about the ground sense, but I can I do like a check to kind of read him to see how excited he is about the party tricks?
He is very excited. If you remember correctly, though, like, his show-offiness about random stuff he could do was big enough that even Dom was like, oh boy, here we go. So
Should
it
I-
seems like
Exactly.
he's just kind of a natural show off when it comes to certain things.
I mean, I'd be interested in learning about the ground sense, but I can tell you're excited about the party tricks, and you have my curiosity.
All right. Well, what to show you first? What to show you first? All right. Well, we're both steel type, so I guess I'll start out with something on steel type. Steel type will be a good one, right?
Can't argue with that.
All right. And then he's gonna go. Well, I already kind of showed you my my favorite one to do with that. Well, it's sort of a mix between fire and steel, but well, you know, it's both working steel and using steel to do it. So I kind of count it as both. But and he's gonna go ahead and move away from the desk ever so slightly, and go ahead and reach behind the desk. He's kind of like leaning over, and grabs out a bit of metal. It's not like a large ingot. It's just like, you know, like kind of like a ball of metal. And it's not a perfect ball. It's like, sorry, I'm just thinking about how to describe this. It's like a vague ball shape of metal, I guess.
I could imagine like a bunch of metals just kind of like lumped together to
Yeah,
form
it's just
something
kind of like a
vaguely-
lump. It's vaguely ball shaped.
Actually, I'm kind of
And-
imagining you just took like different bits of Play-Doh and you try to put them into a ball.
Effectively, yeah. It's not like they're smelt or anything. It's just kind of like all together. And he's gonna take it and then put it in his mouth and you know, work it a little bit. And then when he spits it out, it is mirror finish shiny. Like you can see a reflection in it. And he kind of like goes, ah.
It's going to kind of tilt its head like, one more time?
Thought it was you know, it's just a lump of metal before, and now it's all shiny. You can even see yourself in it.
So it's going to kind of give like the little puppy ear wiggle to kind of make his ears flop a bit. Like really stare at himself because he doesn't actually get a chance to look at himself that much.
Yeah. And Dart, this is actually, like, obviously it's spherical, so it warps dimensions a little bit, but like you are able to see yourself in there.
Dart's going to then just peek up and ask like, how did you do that?
Okay. Well, so what I did is I secretly used a move inside my mouth while it was in there. It's not exactly one that's the hardest to do, but you know, you go ahead, you take a move that you'd be naturally good at. For you, that'd be steel and ground, by steel and rock, and you figure out generally a nice way to use it. Because it's unless you have a specific ability, you kind of have to leverage moves of your type in order to really get the most out of your typing. There are some natural capabilities that everyone has, like, you know, dark types could see in the dark really well. You know, ghost types can kind of go through things. Ground types, you'll be pretty good at, like, you know, being able to do what was it called? I don't know the word for it, but basically when things make an impact on the ground, if you get that nice and sensitive, you can actually tell when something's like walking up behind you or something.
And Dart's going to kind of ponder the little party trick for a moment and like, could I try doing a low-powered version of the pellet shot? Like, not enough to fire it out, but just like enough to cough up the pellet?
Yep, you can.
Dart's gonna do so.
All right. It's not exactly shiny. It's just more of like, dull steel pellet.
I'm definitely gonna have to practice this one.
Yep. Sorry, I didn't actually tell you what move I used. I used iron defense on it because generally that makes you all shiny looking, and so I used it on the ball, and it makes it all shiny. But for natural steel type capabilities, a lot of that just has to deal with the fact that your claws are literally going to be hard as steel. You could like dig through rock and probably bust through a couple walls if you really wanted to.
Oh my.
Well, I didn't say like right away, but you could claw at some wooden walls and make your way out.
That
Wood, rock, probably everything that isn't actually made out of steel.
Dart's kind of just like blinks or stare blankly, but just be like, that does seem quite useful.
Sorry, did you say does or doesn't?
Does.
Does. Okay. Yeah, and he's gonna nod his head and go, yep, and you got a couple other things that you could do with that. But yeah, for steel types normally it's just that you're naturally gonna be, pretty tanky, hard to get through, and you'll generally have some steel bits or metal bits that you can, use to dig through things.
Dart is going to joke like, and I think I have a fair bit of that.
Oh, you're pretty shiny.
Azur's agrees in the background.
Any other party tricks you want to show off, or are we gonna try to go for this? You said ground sense or something, right?
Yeah, I don't know the actual name of it. I don't have it, so.
Oh,
I am rock steel.
wait, what's the difference?
Oh, they're different types. Rock and ground are different. Commonly shared, but different.
Dart's gonna kind of just bring a paw to his head a bit, like, I mean, I can understand the difference between like fire and water, but like, what's the difference between like rock and ground? Like,
Why do you think
Well,
we
the
got
big one
rid
is
of
the
the
ground types
separation?
are.
Why do you think we got rid of the separation in the scar system?
just you're ruining a moment.
Yep. All right. But Ron will go. Well, the main difference is that ground types are immune to electric. Meanwhile, rock types are better. Well, maybe I should say better, but rock types. Like me, for example, I'm rock steel. That means that if someone tries using a normal type move on me, they are not going to have a good time. Because rock resists normal, and steel resists normal.
We're just gonna start pulling out his notebook and start writing that down.
But mostly just the difference is what you're going to be weak to.
And yeah, I'm still trying to get a hang of that myself. But on this ground sense, since you're not a ground type myself, is there anyone who could teach me, or is that something that's teachable despite not being a ground type? As Dark kind of tilts his head a bit, trying to still wrap his head around things.
Oh, in that case, you're really gonna want to go to the mines and talk to one of our prospectors. They could probably teach you really well.
And how do we get to the mines from here?
Oh, okay. So what you're gonna want to do is, so from this building, no, I think because we're not currently prospecting one of those, so one of the more busy ones is probably gonna be the one. Do you have a compass? I forget which way is north of here.
Do you believe Dart's holding on to one of the compasses?
All right.
I'm assuming
I'll
it
just
is.
assume that is because it seems like Dartwood. So Ron's gonna take a look at it, look around a bit, kind of like reorient himself, and then go. All right. So you're gonna want to go to the one east of here, the mountain that is, not one of the hills. Because there's one mountain like more towards the north, one to the northeast, and then one to the east. There's like 3 mountains, sort of like shielding the north to the east. So, the easternmost mountain.
Easternmost mountain. Okay. Okay. Should I ask for anyone there, or
Just ask for one of the prospectors.
prospectors? Okay.
It shouldn't be too hard to find one of them.
I'd assume they'd all be working at this time, since like you're also working.
I mean, a couple. I mean, the more day-oriented ones, yeah.
Okay, well, if it's okay, I might have some more questions for you later on, but I really do appreciate you taking the time.
Oh, you're fine. Go ahead.
I think that's going to be it for me for now, because I don't want to like immediately jump scene and do that. So,
All right. In that case, we'd be going back to the chair of finance, where most of it is just been you guys waiting in line, and the scissor is just kind of like tapping their claw on their desk at this point, because like there'll be groups that come up and it's like, oh hey, we're just here until it's market day, and then it's just like basically like a rubber stamp process. And then occasionally she gets someone where it's like they just go up and start complaining about this or that goings on in the market district, and about how like they don't like that this or that pop-up stand got put up in front of their shop because it's interfering in this way or that. And she basically you can tell that she doesn't care in any way about their complaint, considering that the explanation that she basically gives every single time is, city is currently overflowing. Where do you want me to put them? And then followed by basically just additional complaining until basically she just kind of like kicks them out.
it's like we need some elevator music just to like hand back and forth between the chaos in the office, and then just Vector and Sin just waiting there.
You know that elevator bit.
Yeah. I feel like Sid is just munching on one of the tins from his pies at this point. that he's just kind of crumpled up into a small snack size.
Do you guys think that the Poke Center music would count for that?
Oh, I'm feeding some elevator music through Discord now.
Ah, nice.
There we go.
Perfect.
Thank you. Thank you. This is what I needed.
But yeah, no, you guys are creeping up, and it's just like, boy, there are a lot of merchants actually registering right now. But got all of that going on, and then just eventually you guys are at the front, and Doris just kind of half annoyed, half tired, just goes, "All right, next."
And do you want to go first, or?
Yeah, you know what? Yeah. Sin's gonna go up, probably, probably looking a little nervous at this point, but, and say, sorry if it's a waste of your time right now, but I'm not a merchant, but I'm wanting to find someone who might be able to help teach me what I seem to have forgotten about jewelry crafting. He's looking very, like, shy and nervously at Doris, as if he is very worried that he is being a pain.
All right. You could see that Doris kind of was looking directly at you in sort of like a half what do you want, and half like, I'm so done with today look. And then looks behind you and sees merchant, person she knows, person she knows, person she knows, and realizes that if she doesn't deal with this, like, the longer she takes on this, the longer she could put off dealing with multiple people that she knows are just going to come and complain at her. And so she's going to look back down at you and just go, "Sure, I can help with that."
Sin is going to go from looking very nervous to looking very excited and say, "You can? Thank you!" Just kind of bouncing, doing a little happy dance in place. And then, we'll just kind of look in his pack for a second, and then say, "Oh, yeah, first thing first is I know some of the tools, but I need to find someone who can tell me what the tools do. Oh, so if you can help me find what tools I'll need, that would be the first step." He's looking like he's currently digging through his backpack, and you can hear the clink of all the ores rustling around in his bag that is probably looking pretty full at this point.
"Yeah, what are you looking for? Casting tools, some forming, engraving, stone setting?"
Sin's gonna get a look of, like, determination as he thinks for a second and say, "Well, I need to... First, I'm gonna need to get tools to make the ores into the ingots, but that I think I can do at the guild. I want to be able to..." And he's going to go on to explain that he wants to be able to make some accessories of certain types, like to fit certain types of Pokemon. And I'm not going to do this in his voice because it's easier, but he's going to explain that he wants to start with simple things like bangles and like something that can be worn around the wrist/paw area, and then that he wants to then go on after he gets a hang of that, to go next into a jewelry setting, like jewel setting, into those. So he's going to need to start with the basic tools.
Okay, in that case, what you're going to want to get are something called bangle presses.
Yeah, I just say as she starts talking, he pulls out his notebook and starts writing down as what she's telling him.
So she's gonna go. All right, you're going to want some bangle presses. In order for next steps, you're probably going to want some dapping and forming sets. You'll also most likely want some draw plates in order to, be able to draw out your own wire for the bangles. I think that would probably cover most of the beginning stages for what you want. If you care enough, you could always get differently shaped draw plates, but obviously a circle one would work best at the start. You may want to get a stamp in order to be able to stamp all the stuff that you make in case, you care about your branding.
At that, he's going to scratch his chin and then nod enthusiastically, as if he hadn't thought about that until she mentioned it.
Yep. In addition to bangle forming presses, you'll probably want to pick up some ring presses and hoop presses and other things like that. Just to go ahead and at least be able to branch out if you really want to. Probably a little horn anvil to carry around. I can see your guild badge, so just something you can carry around.
Scribble, 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 scribble. He is writing down pretty quickly as she speaks.
Yep. You'll likely want some clamps, things like that. Some mill grain textures, probably. Obviously, just some standard graver sets.
Mm-hmm.
Also, do you want me to keep going on and just listing off random engraving tools and shit like that, or
yeah, no, you can just say that she tells me the rest of what I need.
yeah, because I'm kind of tapping out of the things I know.
But yeah, no, he's gonna listen until she's told him everything that she knows that he'll need to know, and once he knows she's done, he'll speak again. But
yeah, it'll take her a minute because she's kind of intentionally taking her time with this, but yeah.
yeah. I will say, Sid is oblivious to the fact that she is taking her time with this. He is just very excited.
Yeah, no, she's just if I could put this off long enough, I could close for the day maybe before they get here. That could be future Doris's problem.
Yes, the future me problem scenario. And once she's done telling him what he needs to know, and goes and finishes her sentence, he's as if is kind of snapping out of the zone, so to speak. He's gonna say, "Oh, right." Looks to Vector, and then back at her. We also were wanting to ask you some questions about Vector.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yes, yes, yes. Sorry, I just didn't want to interrupt your question, but yes. I wanted to ask if you have any records between it, if there's any reports or financial report losses of due to bandit attacks by any chance. especially if you know if they were coming into or out to as well. I'm just curious if you had any of those records.
Oh, that kind of stuff. While I do end up, taking reports of it here, I don't actually keep the records here. We have it's not really a town hall, but it's a building where the various chairs of the town get together and discuss things, and we use it to also store some paperwork in the basement. That's where I keep all of that sort of stuff. I could either go retrieve that, gather it up for you, and you could have it sometime in the next couple days, or you could just try going there yourself. We have a receptionist or two. They might be able to help you if you want it quicker.
Yeah. I was just I guess while I'm here as well, I guess from your current knowledge, has there been any recent complaints or reports of people getting robbed or getting bandits coming to rather than coming from here?
Well, from what I know, we had one of those earlier, but besides that, not really.
You said earlier. How early?
Earlier today.
Earlier today. Is it
You guys got here today, so
today? Oh wait, today or yesterday? Right?
today.
Oh, today. Okay, so just
Yeah.
today.
You
Okay.
guys have not slept since you got here.
Okay, gotcha. So, okay, so I would assume that might have been our group actually. Probably one of the merchants that we were escorting would probably reported it here as well. Because as I was just kind of wondering if there was something that in your kind of um, more of your immediate knowledge, because I don't know. We've been asking some of the merchants, and they've been saying that one's the one that we've been escorting reported that they should be usually the robbery happens after, well, usually when they leave from here, but never in. So that's been something that we've been just investigating to see if it's maybe related.
Yeah. Normally it happens out, so we tend to send out a lot of our local guild members to, guard the outward shipments. Normally they only really bother with the ones either from here to Starlight because, that's where we send most of our stuff. And, earlier today is the first time I heard about them attacking any inbound ones, because normally it's actually pretty clear that we only really have food on those.
Victor's like noting it down. I see.
But
Well,
it's likely to get a bit worse, considering that we're going to be stopping most of our outward shipments for now to get ready for Market Day and Starlight in a couple weeks. So that they'll probably make a big attempt whenever we actually do start going back out. But for now, though, no. Normally they just attack on the outbounds and never the inbounds.
It's okay. Well, at least we'll have to see. Knowing from that information, I guess the only thing we know is that it's either the one that we just had today was just kind of an outlier, or I don't know if it's going to be an outward trend, but we'll have to see. Well, the Vector's like kind of noting everything down there as well. And then, oh right, do you know by chance where I could get those records as well? I think it would. I don't know how long we're gonna be here, so I think the faster I can get those and take a look, the better.
Well, if you go to the town square, you're gonna want to go ahead, and she's gonna give you directions of where to go. It's like a couple streets over from the town square. It's like really close to the town square. It's
Gotcha.
not there, but it's like
It's
right there.
nearby in the vicinity. Like you
Yeah.
can't essentially I can't miss it, right? Like as long as
Yeah,
it's not.
like
Yep.
if you get lost going like 3 streets over from the town square, you weren't finding anything in this town anyway. So
Mhm. Gotcha. All right. Perfect. All right, that is pretty much it. And that's all I wanted to ask about that as well. Again, thank you. Do appreciate it.
And Sin is going to give a little bow and then do a little jumpy happy dance again and say, "And thank you so much for all the help. Oh, I couldn't remember a lot of things, but I remembered some things about jewelry crafting, and now I know a lot more." And he like looks at his list, and I have a lot of things I need to get.
Yeah. Alright, I'm only doing 1 or 2 more of you until it's time for my lunch break. Hurry it up.
What? Do you know what Pokemon Doran was as well?
A scissor.
Scizor. Perfect.
You know, the red.
Yeah. Yeah, I just wanted to make sure I got that in. But other than that, Doran, thank you so much. It's been a pleasure.
Yeah, you guys have fun.
And Sin is going to start leading the way out the door. And I will say this whole time, it's every time you've been like moving around with Sin, you've noticed he is moving a little slower than normal. But he speeds up a little on the way out, and then sits his bag down for a moment, and just kind of says, "I don't know how I'm going to carry all the tools I'm going to need." And he's going to look at Vector and say, "Did you happen to, while we were on our way, see any stores that might have what are they called again? The
Wonder Bags?
yeah, those."
I believe so. I assume the general vendor had some, right?
Yes, the travel one especially did.
Yeah, the travel. Okay, gotcha. So yeah, okay. So I just want to make sure if there was. I remember seeing it. I just needed a confirmation on it. But yeah. I believe so. I actually was. I think it was actually near the ones or at the ones that me and Dart were actually checking out. So especially where we got these healing kits, and he shows up one of the healing kits there. I figured I'd check. I figured I'd drop by really quickly in one of the travel equipment supply vendors. Just never know. Never know if someone gets hurt. Might as well have those around. Like he closes it and puts it back in his bag. But yeah, we can make a quick stop by as well. I don't mind. I don't. I still have a few. I still have a few coins in my pocket that I can still spend.
Yeah, I need to see how much one costs here, and if I can get one,
Yeah.
because I'm gonna need one. And he lifts the bag and lets it thud again a little bit, and just says, "These are a little heavier than I was expecting,
Mm-hmm.
and so I should probably use them for the ores and such." Now, gonna put the bag back on and say, "Well, I don't really know where anything is, so lead the way."
All right, and then Victor is like, all right, and Victor's just gonna kind of lead the way and show her where it was.
As we go in, is it obvious where the wonder bags are?
Yeah.
Are they obviously labeled with their price?
Yeah. Also, just to remind you, wonder bags are like a couple hundred.
Yep. I know Sin doesn't actively have that much with him, but he wants to see how much they are specifically, so he can ask the group fund holders if they can if there's enough with the group that he might be able to get one, or if we have enough room in one of the other wonder bags for him to dump some stuff in. Until he can get one, that is. He eventually is going to have one.
Yeah. So wonder bags are at their standard price of 250
250
gold. That is.
Yep. I am making a note of that in my actual notes, because he's going to also make a note of that. And while we are here, there was another thing I wanted to get, that Sin to get. It might have been at the travel place. It would be a book on, specifically on like minerals and like gems and minerals and such. Because Sin doesn't necessarily know what types of ores there would be, what types of gems there would be, and such. Don't know if the travel shop might have it for, adventurous peoples, but
No, not particularly. Actually, they don't really sell much of that here. Mostly because, well, if you need that here, they have like a literal streets filled with stands of like goods and stuff. So
yeah,
they don't
Sin is,
particularly sell that here. There's not exactly a demand for it.
yeah, Sin was hoping though, because he would have asked if there was any in the store. Probably got told no and just kind of deflated. I needed to know in case I was out and about. Time to take more notes.
Yep.
He's good.
Unfortunately, the demand for such a thing would be so astronomically low.
Yep. That makes sense. But, Sin is going to look to Vector. Is there anything you might need while we're here?
Not that I know of.
Then we should probably regroup with the others.
Yeah, and again, we probably got a few days here as well, so I'm not in really any particular rush at the moment as well. More or less, though. What time is it? Can I like guess like the time? Like, you know what I mean? Like a good idea of it. Is it
Yeah, it's
lunchtime?
like, well, it was already lunchtime and you already had your lunch. It's more
Sure.
like probably for you, considering how long you spent doing that. It's probably like late afternoon. It's not evening yet. Like, it's not under any consideration, but it's like,
Mm-hmm.
it's a few hours past noon based on where the sun is.
Gotcha. Hmm. Yeah, I mean, I don't mind just kind of walking around and seeing what they also got as well. I
Yeah.
mean, yeah.
And Sin's going to like look out around at all the like different stalls and stores around, and just kind of whisper, I shouldn't be hungry already, but I kind of want more candy.
We could stop. Yeah, we could do a quick stop by.
Sin, this is your conscience. You've already eaten 3 pies for lunch.
Sin has a sweet tooth, and because it has been indulged, he is even more hungry for sweets.
You know what?
Sin, you have consumed 3 pies.
You know
And
what
their
I.
tins.
You know, I could. You know what? You know what? Vector's kind of curious on some of the crafts here. He's gonna probably look. He's gonna check out the weapons. He's doing some window shopping.
All right. Well, I believe that now then, because it is past our check-in time. How we feeling? How we feeling, everyone?
I could probably go for a while longer. Should I? Probably not, because I work today, but I can.
I have no preference. I have gotten to nothing technically.
I'm very EP.
Yeah, I don't mind. I don't mind stopping here as well.
I have a pretty bad sinus headache for like the past half hour.
Okay, so
I
it sounds
suppose
like
we
we
stop.
got a couple people in favor of stopping them.
Yeah. Also gives us a little bit more time to now gather the information. Oh. And also more tippy tappies.
tappy, yes.
More tippy tappies.
Tippy tappy tippy tap.
Tippy tappy tippy tappy.
Alrighty. Well, in that case, thank you everybody for joining us today for Starlight New Duck Scar. Check out our website, zgfgaming.com. We've got links for our Discord, Telegram, Mastodon, Blue Sky, Patreon, and more. They're on the website as well as down in the description below through our link tree. Thank you to my patrons, tippers, and subscribers. It is your support that keeps this channel alive and going. I cannot do this without your guys' help and support, so thank you. Consider becoming a patron over at patreon.com/zgfgaming. It's one of the best ways to support the channel, though you can also do so by sharing the stream around, as well as coming by, hanging out, picking up some packs of cards through Stream Loots, or subscribing to us through Stream Loots. And of course, we've got several new pieces of merch available at our merch store over at zgfgaming.store. Go check those out and consider picking something up. But for now, thank you all so much for joining, and I bid you the most fondest adieu.
Oh boy.
Yeah.